Hey everybody at the RJE Foundation. Thank you so much for awarding me with this grant. I'm just really excited to be able to create and finish this vision I have for Home is Where. So a little bit about myself. I'm Iris Lune. I'm an artist living in Brooklyn, New York. My real name is Ella, and I'm originally from Israel, but I moved to the States about 10 years ago with my wife. We moved to Boston to study music at Berklee College of Music, and we've been living in New York since 2015. Basically, Home is Where is going to be a visual album of 10 songs that will all have a visual representation of some sort. I'm going to be collaborating with 10 incredible artists from around the world, from different backgrounds, mostly dancers and either new media artists or visual artists like animators, videographers, and etc. And the idea, what I'm really interested in exploring is what does home mean to me on an individual level? What does it mean to my collaborators? And what does it mean on a communal level? You know, I think especially after experiencing COVID in 2020 when it hit everybody so hard. I mean, some countries more than others, some people more than others, but on a global level, it was this huge thing that happened to all of us, and it's like a collective trauma. And I know I've felt displaced, and my wife, my 2-year-old, and we went to visit our families in Israel, went for 5 weeks, and we ended up staying there for 5 months because of COVID. And we've experienced, it was a wonderful experience, not COVID, but being able to be with our families. But on the other hand, it was really hard for us not to be able to be in Brooklyn where we actually live. So I'm very interested in exploring the meaning of home. Is home a physical place, a feeling, a sensation? What does it feel like when you don't feel like home in your own body? I just want to extend and explore these different definitions and understand what it means to all of us. I'm really, really excited to be able to do this, and your grant is going to allow me to make this happen. So I'm really grateful. So my artist name is Iris Lune, and up until now I've been creating music with my band. This album is going to be a little different in the sense that I'm collaborating with a bigger community of artists, and I'm hoping to create an exhibition at the end. I'm also going to be working with one artist who does projection mapping, and I think we might do something outdoors. It's going to be really, really cool. And so the way the collaboration is going to work, I'm already in touch with some of the artists, and really, really inspiring things, really inspiring artists, inspiring people who have a lot to say, who have really interesting stories to tell. And so I'm going to ask each of the artists to send me about 20 audio samples of things that remind them of home. So it could be a laughter of their friend, it can be a song sung by their mother, it can be a bark of their dog, it can be tapping on your favorite glass, it can be really anything, ambient noise, like ambiances of the street you live in. Really, whatever that means to them. And then I'm going to take those samples, those audio samples, and weave them into my music, into the song that I'm going to be working on in relation to that specific artist. And, I'm going to be taking those sounds and manipulating them and creating drum sounds out of them, synths, pads, whatever. I don't know what I'm going to get, which is part of the fun. After, I'm gonna create the track, which is gonna be inspired by the artist I'm working with and by the conversation and exploration we're gonna be doing together. I'm gonna hand over the track, the song, to the artist, and I'm gonna ask them to create their interpretation of what I gave them. So it's sort of like an art exchange, which I'm really excited to do. It's all going to be a collaboration, but I guess the first phase is going to be my exploration, my perspective of what we talked about, and then the second part is going to be their exploration in regards to my exploration. Hope that makes sense. I can't wait to do this. I'm already in conversation with some of the artists, and really from all over the world. And then the profits from this album, from this project, are going to go to organizations that work with people who have been displaced because of COVID, and to organizations in New York City that work with unhoused communities. So yes, I can't wait, and thanks again. I really appreciate you.